Welcome back to the 513 podcast, episode 2. I'm here with Storm, and Nick, Burrow the Churl. How's it going, Nick?
Pretty good. Very, very glad to finally be on here. I've had a very, very busy schedule, but I'm glad to finally be on the show.
Nick will be our third host with us. He'll be on and off depending on what his availability is. We also still have Bengal Storm, the second Nick. How you doing, Bengal Storm?
Doing great. Excited for finally seeing the schedule release come and the Eli Apple interview that'll be later on this episode.
Here in this segment, we'll just be talking about the schedule release and the first days of OTAs, watching our guys compete. So we start off the season week 1 at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Personally, myself, they're going to have a rookie quarterback or Mitchell Trubisky. It's kind of a win-win scenario for us. Being at home, coming off that Super Bowl loss, we'll be hungry. We'll be ready to fight for that week 1 victory. So, I'm going to take us in that game by a lot.
I got us winning that game by like 3 scores, mainly because of how bad that Steelers secondary is. The cornerback one is Levi Wallace, and I can't even tell you who the second one is, but with our trio, this is like the best matchup you can give them, and I have us winning by 21.
I absolutely have us winning this game. This is our first game back from the awful Super Bowl loss that we all had to witness last year. So I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, all of them are going to show up, and Joe Mixon, all going to show up and definitely be ready to play and get back into it, and hopefully make another run back into the Super Bowl.
Nobody realized it at the time, but Mixon always feasts against the Steelers. He's got something
Yeah,
personal against them.
absolutely.
Last year, he did absolutely fantastic against them, so he should be a factor in that game. And also, you have comeback player of the year, Joe Burrow, obviously.
I
Going into
expect
week
a
two,
lot of.
we go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Week 2, we have our first road test in Jerry's World playing the Cowboys. Dak Prescott coming off of that terrible wild card loss. Again, I've got us winning that one in a close battle, but we'll squeak it out there in the end. We don't have to play Andy Dalton this time, which is nice to see, and we won't be starting Brandon Allen. It'll be Joe Burrow versus Dak Prescott for the first time. I've got us winning that close game.
This game I can see it go either way, but I have us winning mainly because besides Trayvon Diggs, who will allow a lot of yards, they kind of have a secondary similar to Pittsburgh's, except they don't have like a Minka Fitzpatrick at safety. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Burrow has multiple 400 plus yard passing games in the first 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think this game is also a toss-up as well. This is the first time that Lael Collins will be going up against his former team. That will be very exciting to see, in my opinion. We also get to, like he had said before, we get to see Dak Prescott go up against Burrow for the first time. And I could see us pulling it out, but I could also see the Cowboys pulling up the upset as well.
All right, going on to week 3, we're back facing the New York Jets. Everybody knows how that first game went. We blew a big lead there in the fourth quarter against Mike White and the
Hey, man.
New York Jets. Mike White is a name we won't speak of on the show. It is a name that won't be spoke of in Cincinnati, Ohio. We should be facing Zach Wilson, and if we don't, I might jump through a roof. So I've got the Bengals pulling this one out against Carl Lawson and CJ Uzama, and potentially Larry Ogunjobi. Got this another blowout for the Bengals to start off this season 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, this game, it's mainly just going to have so much anger from the entire team after what happened last season.
Mm-hmm.
Easy win just coming off the Ravens, and like back in New York, they will come in with a vengeance. I see them just putting 50 on them at this point.
I have us winning because of last year. One matchup that I am super excited to see is Sauce Gardner going up against Jamar Chase. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the lineup. The Jets did a really, really good job in the draft this year. They got, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, and Sauce Gardner. I mean, those three names just stand out incredibly a lot. But yeah, I mean, I honestly could see them shocking the whole NFL and possibly, popping off this season. We could see them into the playoffs. We don't know.
Going on to week 4 now. We're Thursday night football against the Miami Dolphins, going up against Tua Tagovailoa and that revamped Miami offense with Christian. What's his name? The running back. Chase Edmonds, sorry. Chase Edmonds, and obviously they acquired Tyreek Hill. Again, this one's probably going to be a close game. Could I go either way with Mike McDaniels? All just depends on Mike McDaniels, but I've got, once again, the Bengals pulling out to start off the season 4-0 at home, Thursday Night Football, primetime crowd in the jungle.
I mean, this game, there's just a lot of storyline too, because we wanted Tua back then. We wanted to run Armstead. There's a lot of players that very well could have been Bengals, but we decided to go in a different direction. I feel like this game will show, did we make the right choices? Did we make the right choice getting Burrow over Tua, which I think everyone knows we did there, but was Waddle the right choice for Miami, or was Chase the better guy? And did we make the right decision not paying Teron Armstead and instead getting Lyle Collins?
So yeah, man. This is the first primetime game of the Bengals season, I believe. I think it's going to be the battle of the wide receivers, man. I mean, they have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on opposite sides, and we have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on opposite sides. So I expect to see a lot of balls thrown in the air with those four receivers in mind. Honestly, this could be a huge toss-up. It really depends on how both Burrow and Tua plays, but I can honestly see Burrow pulling this off without a doubt. So I think the Bengals get the W.
Going on to week 5 now, week 5, Sunday Night Football, back-to-back primetime games, something I never thought I'd see as a Bengals fan. Going into Baltimore, playing the Ravens against that healthy Ravens team. Sunday Night Football in the bank is no joke. I believe Baltimore's going to be ready to play. They're out to prove everybody. I've got the Baltimore Ravens upsetting the 4-0 Bengals as both teams advance to 4-1 on the young season.
Yeah, I mean, I have Baltimore winning this not because of just Baltimore having a better team, but it's just because one, it's at Baltimore on a Sunday night that brings a lot of energy to the home crowd. But last year they got killed twice by the Bengals in every way, whether it was healthy or not. And I feel like they're just mad about that so much that they're going to come in like we are going to with the Jets. They are going to be pissed and they're going to do everything they can to beat us. And I feel like they'll pull it off.
Yeah, I have the Bengals and Ravens going 1-1 with each other this season. It could be this game, it could be the next, but if both teams are healthy, man, it's going to be a heck of a game. Ravens healthy, Bengals healthy, either or. I really do believe that we are going to give it our all. Obviously, the Ravens are very, very upset about the sweep that we gave them last season. So they're going to come back fighting and coming back for vengeance and try to get that upset.
Going on to week 6 now, we have the New Orleans Saints and Burrow and Chase's homecoming game in New Orleans. We all thought it was going to be in London. It is not. It is, Mardi Gras season, I think. And so Burrow will be coming back down to take vengeance against his old city, showing his LSU fans what he's still capable of. I've got the Bengals winning this one, another blowout.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the biggest game of the season in terms of like a storyline.
Yes.
But like I could see the Saints pulling off an upset, but I just don't see it with how much this would mean for Burrow and Chase, and even
Yes.
like the other guys like Thaddeus Moss and Tyler Shelvin. So I guess winning by at least 14 in this game.
I also agree. I think this is probably one of the biggest games of the season. I mean, this is the return of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase for the first time since they won the national championship back in 2019-2020 season. They're going to return to LSU, and I feel like it's going to be more of a home game than it is an away game, considering the whole state of Louisiana loves both, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and I feel like they're going to give him their full support. And I do see Joe Burrow pulling off this upset with the Saints as well. So yes, I have the Bengals winning this one.
Going on to week 7 now, we have the Atlanta Falcons. This one, I mean, they've got either Desmond Ridder returning to Cincinnati to make his first start, or they've got Marcus Mariota still leading them away. Really no wide receivers. You got Arden Tate coming back to the jungle for the first time. I don't know if the slot corner that we had, I don't know if Jernard, whatever his name was, I don't think he's on the team, but if he is, he'll be coming back for the first time. Darquiz Denard, that's who I'm thinking of. AJ Terrell versus Jamar Chase rematch of the national championship. I got the Bengals in another blowout, honestly.
Yeah, there's not much to say about this one. It's just the Falcons are in a rebuilding and tanking like fashion right now, so I don't see this being any problem. I got us winning by 21 to like 3 to 4 scores at least.
Although it could be, it could be one of those Jets games, but you never know.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Honestly, this is the first time we will see the Falcons in a very long time without Matt Ryan. I still don't know if it's going to be Marcus Mariota starting or Desmond Ridder. But both of them are still very good quarterbacks. I mean, those two quarterbacks are going to be very underrated in this league, I believe. But I do see us, blowing them out, honestly. I don't see this ending very well for the Falcons. I just feel like you said, they are still in the rebuilding era, and we are just filled with talent. So I have the Bengals once again winning. Lots of Bengals winnings, and I'm trying not to be biased, but it's just comparing stats to stats, man.
All right, going on to week 8, we play the Cleveland Browns on Monday Night Football on the Halloween. I've got the Browns winning this one in a tough battle. But, they've always kind of had our number, and I think they're going to keep having our number. I think they win in their house on prime time.
Yeah, I mean, Burrow has to be mad about Cleveland. Past 3 games they've lost, and only one of them were arguably close. Especially that last game he had was atrocious in every way for the team. So he'll be mad. I think it'll be a good game. I think both teams are getting to the 20s or 30s, but I have the Bengals winning probably by a classic Evan McPherson game-winning field goal.
I believe this is Joe Burrow's revenge game because of all of the past seasons that he has lost to the Browns. Like the Browns fans, have just talked about how Joe Burrow has only won one game against the Browns. And I think Joe Burrow has had enough of that talk. So I really feel like this is the game where we're going to see Joe Burrow absolutely pop off and put up some high numbers on the board. So, yes, I have the Bengals winning this one as well.
Going on to week 9 now, we have the Panthers at home back in the jungle. Not much to say. They still suck. No quarterback. Maybe Matt Corral does something, but I doubt it. I've got the Bengals in yet another blowout.
Yeah, I mean, this one should be another easy game for the first half of our schedule coming coming to the bye week, but obviously any game could be a Mike White game, and with that you have to take everything into consideration. But I do have the Bengals winning this by 14. I think it'll be a little bit closer than some people think, but I think we'll get it done.
Who is the Panthers starting quarterback this year?
It could be anyone.
Anyone? See, I haven't been paying attention much to the Panthers. It seems like they're still trying to figure out the QB situation. So they're like in the Andy Dalton era of the Bengals. I don't know if Sam Darnold's still there. Is he still running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Donald, Corral, PJ Walker, they could bring in Drew Brees for all we know, but
Yeah, I mean, anything could honestly happen. But, like I said, they're still working at the quarterback spot, trying to get everything situated. So, once again, I see the Bengals pulling up this W.
Going on to, we're going to skip our bye week, week 10. We're going to come off the bye going into Pittsburgh, and we are going to take a big victory here, another statement game for the Bengals. I'm going to have them in an upset over the Pittsburgh Steelers at home.
I mean, this one, I think Kenny Pickett will be way more developed and be more used to the NFL by week 10 than he will week 1, but obviously, unless they make some big changes, that defense, after the front seven, they don't really have much, as I said before, but I do have the Bengals winning. This will be a lot closer, probably by like 1 score, because these games will always be close between the Bengals and the Steelers. Last year was just a getting used to year, if I had to say that.
So, I have this game as like a toss-up because we're further now into the season, and this gives Kenny Pickett a little bit of more experience, lets him get settled into the NFL a little bit more, gets more comfortable with the plays and everything that, is a little bit different from college, stuff like that. So honestly, I have this one as a 50-50. I could see it going Steelers, and I could see it going the Bengals.
Going on to week number 12 against the Titans in Tennessee. I think they get their revenge from the divisional round. I think they upset us, I would say. I'd say we'd be the better team, but, things happen. They beat us. It's whatever. We move on to next week.
Yeah, this is when the schedule really starts to get tough. I mean, at this point, most people think we'd have 1 to 2 losses, and then I feel like this would be the beginning of those really tough games, even though the Titans, I think, are the most overrated team. I think we'll slip a bit and lose this one in a close one.
I have us losing this game. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but after the loss of last year, Ryan Tannehill had to go through what was it, therapy, because he was so mentally damaged from the loss of the playoff game. And I honestly see him just absolutely popping off this game and getting pretty much a revenge tour on the Bengals. So I see us losing the game, unfortunately.
Going on to week number 13, coming back home to the jungle against the Chiefs. I've got us losing this. I think Mahomes finally beats us the right way. Again, I still think we're probably going to be the better team at this point in time in the season. I think they get away with this one. And the Bengals now losing 2 straight.
I mean, I have us winning this one. I mean, I think Zach Taylor and the Bengals know what to do against the Chiefs every single time. Especially like when we're down by a lot, they somehow click and have everything going their way. But I feel like this time we won't have to make a comeback. It'll be high scoring on both affairs like the games before, but I think this will be could be decided on a game winner again, but I have us winning.
Yeah, I have us winning that game as well. Now, I think that if it was at Chiefs Kingdom, I feel like we would definitely lose it, but I feel like we have a really good chance considering it's in the jungle. Zach Taylor knows what to do, like you said, when it comes to the Chiefs. I mean, look at the last two times we played them. We were down by so many points, and once again, Zach Taylor had that click in his brain to pick the right choices and get us back in the game and win it for us. So I honestly, as much as we can be super duper down in this game, I feel like Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow will have the confidence to get ourselves back up and over and pull out the W.
Going on to week 15 or 14, excuse me, against the Cleveland Browns. I think we finally will beat the Browns, and for the first time in the Joe Burrow era. I don't think this game's going to be close. I think we're hungry after losing two straight to potential playoff teams in the Titans and the Chiefs. I think we're ready to start a strong push to end the season, and that starts week 14 against the Browns.
Yeah, I think we're going to lose this game and we'll win the week 8 game, like I said before. But I think we'll lose this because I think Deshaun Watson will be suspended like 4 to 6 games. And with that, he won't be as prepared and worked with because he'll miss like a year and a half with it. He'll be more prepared. I think him losing one of his first games back to the Bengals will also drive him more to win. And I do think this will be another close game, but I have us losing this one.
I have us actually sweeping the Browns this season. The reason why is because I really feel like they are holding in all of the hate and all of the things that people have been saying online that they've been reading and been taking the notes. They've been writing down all the notes about what all the Browns fans have been saying. All the people on ESPN and different social networks and stuff like that. They're writing those down, somewhere on a piece of paper and letting them remind themselves about what they had to go through last year dealing with the Browns. I mean, we went all the way to the Super Bowl, and we still have Browns fans online talking about how Burrow is still, 1-3 against the Browns. Is
0 and
that
3.
0-3? Yeah. So like they never shut up about how Burrow's never beat the Browns. So I really feel like this is the year that we sweep them and finally get the Browns fans to go all hush hush.
All right, going on to week 15 in Tampa in December. Finally playing Brady, Joe Burrow versus Tom Brady. Mini GOAT versus Big GOAT. I've got the Bengals taking this one. Finally hitting a stride here. I've got them winning by 2 scores possibly in Tampa. It just seems like a fun game for all around.
Yeah, I mean, I see us winning this one. It'll be like a passing of the torch from Brady to Burrow. It's a reunion game for Alex Kappa, Fred Johnson as well for Cincinnati. But I just think after I said we lose to Cleveland the week before, we go to Tampa, probably media says a lot of crap about us and we beat the Bucks by 2 scores and everyone will shut up about us then.
I think this game is marked on a lot of people's calendars. I feel like this is probably one of the biggest games of the year. We finally get to see the Burrow Brady matchup. I have been waiting to see this for the past 2 years, ever since Joe Burrow's been drafted. I'm very excited to see it. I was looking at ticket prices, and they are not cheap, guys. Like they are in the 200s, 300s just for the nosebleeds. So lots of people are going to tune into this game, and I am actually surprised it's not a primetime game because, wow, this is going to be one hell of a matchup.
Going on to week 16 now, we have the New England Patriots in Foxborough for the first time in however long. I've got us winning this game against Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. It shouldn't be too tough. I'd say, but enough. But we sneak away with the victory here.
Yeah, I think we'd win this. I mean, I don't remember New England doing anything this offseason to improve against a heavily stacked AFC conference. And with that, we'll face a lot of good teams, and then coming into New England, seeing what they have, I think it'll be easy for us to beat them. I mean, obviously, Bill Belichick is a great coach, so he'll have a game plan for Burrow, but I think we'll come out winning this one.
Yeah, I have us definitely winning this one as well. They did get Mac Jones a little bit of protection in the draft, but I feel like our defensive linemen will definitely be too powerful and will stop Mac Jones at all costs. So I really see us pulling up the W of this one as well.
Going on to week number 17 here against the Buffalo Bills, Monday Night Football, once again in the jungle. I've got it beating Josh Allen, proving everybody wrong. I feel like the Bills are going to be hot coming into this game. We're also hot coming off of 3 straight wins via the prediction. I again think we're just going to cruise through this one. Monday Night Football in the jungle seems like a fun atmosphere.
Yeah, for this one, if it reminds me of any game, it's the Chiefs Bills playoff game from last year. I just see points being thrown all around,
Mhm.
to godlike offenses. It'll be whoever gets the ball last wins, and it could be a coin toss, pun intended, but I see Buffalo winning this in the end.
Yeah, I definitely have this one as a toss up as well. Everyone within the past year has been debating like who the top 3, top 5 quarterbacks are, and it's always Brady, Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow always are in that conversation, and I feel like this game will finally help decide who goes where in the position rankings for quarterback, because honestly, like this is going to be absolutely crazy for Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, because they have a point to prove to the world to see who's better, and I think we're going to see that, and I see the Bills pulling up the upset, unfortunately.
All right, moving on to the final week now. I guess Baltimore probably going to be flexed to the Sunday Night Football slot. Per my predictions, I've got them both 12-4 coming into the game. Whoever wins advances as the home team into the playoffs. I've got the Bengals winning this one in a clutch game. Joe Burrow in a postseason type game is going to win anytime. So I got the Bengals here versus splitting against the Ravens to advance to the postseason and potentially get that first seed.
I mean, this game, I just think it depends on what the situation is. Is this game for the AFC North? Does
Yes.
this not matter for Cincinnati? And you saw Brand. If it matters, I think the Bengals win this one. But there's a really rare situation where both teams are having the exact same record, and this is what it'll depend on. But if so, I got the Bengals winning this.
So, like I said earlier, I have the Bengals and Ravens both going 1-1 with each other. So, honestly, it could be this game, it could be the last game. It all depends on the depth chart, depends on who's healthy, and like you said, whether the game matters to each of the teams. Not, this is towards the end of the season, so this could be the game to where like we win, we're in the playoffs, or they win, they're in the playoffs. You never know. This is the most exciting time of the year because obviously playoffs. So yeah, I have them either winning or losing. It's a toss up, but definitely 1-1 equal with the Ravens and Bengals this year.
Heading into the divisional round now, we have the Bengals playing the Baltimore Ravens here. Coming up, Bengals are coming off that week or that wild card bye. They have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I've got the Bengals versus the 5 seeded Ravens.
I mean, this one, it's just whenever Burrow's in the playoffs against a division rival, that just seems like a recipe for disaster, especially with a team like the Baltimore Ravens, with how bad Lamar's been in recent playoff games. But it'll be close mainly because of the division rivalry and the playoffs. So yeah, I got us winning a close one here.
Yeah, I see Zach Taylor taking a lot of time and studying the Baltimore's both offense and defense. I see the whole team doing that, and I see him trying to like basically crack the code to see how we can beat them, and I see us definitely moving forward into the next round because the Ravens secondary cannot stop all three of the three-headed snake, man. I mean, you got Tyler Boyd, you got T. Higgins, you got Jamar Chase. You could double one of them, but you can't double all of them. So yeah, I definitely see the Bengals pulling up this upset.
All right, going to the AFC Championship game. Bengals hosting the game for the first time in a few years, a few decades, against the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen coming back. They're hungry after being defeated, in my opinion, in the jungle during Monday Night Football. I've got the Bengals losing in the AFC Championship game. Um, it's sad how it's going to end, but I feel like it's going to be Buffalo's year.
Yeah, I mean, this game, it's it's like the Week 17 game. It can go either way. Both teams, I feel like, have the exact same amount of talent in terms of a lot of their positions, but I feel like this one will end like Week 17 with points flying all across the board, but this one will end in Buffalo.
I feel like this game has a lot on the line. This is basically asking, is Josh Allen that guy that can get the Bills to the Super Bowl? And then, for the opposite side, can the Bengals get back to the Super Bowl? So it's basically a good story for both sides because, the Bills are still trying to figure out if they got their man. And then, the Bengals are still trying to prove the haters wrong and try to get back into the Super Bowl to, once again, shut the people up. I honestly see the Bengals winning this one and moving on to the next round into the Super Bowl.
All right, Tro, you're the only one getting us to the Super Bowl. We are in the Super Bowl versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady's back after retiring and then unretiring. What is your prediction there?
So this is basically like going to be a game of a lifetime, I believe, and this is where basically Tom Brady passes the torch to the next generation Tom Brady. And this is where the Bengals get their first Super Bowl victory in franchise history.
All right, there you guys have it. There's the 2022 schedule predictions. Burrow's got us going all the way to the promised
All the
land
way,
and
man. All
winning.
the way.
I would love to see it, honestly, but it's going to be tough getting back there. Storm and I both have the Bengals falling to the Bills in the AFC Championship game. There you have it. We'll be back on the other side with Eli Apple.
Have a good one, guys.
Welcome back to the 513 podcast. I'm Nick Nickel, aka Bengals Storm. We don't have Bryson Collins or Burrow the Cura with us today, but we do have a very special guest with us. Starting cornerback for the Bengals last year, re-signed with us this year. Number 20, Eli Apple. How's it going, Eli?
It's going well, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah,
As we, excited.
it's finally good to have you.
Thanks. It's been a long time.
All right, let's start off the question. So the first one I have for you today is, after becoming a free agent last offseason, you signed fairly quickly with Cincinnati. Was there any specific reason why you wanted to come back to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I thought it was just a great fit with the coaching staff and the locker room and guys. Just didn't want to leave out on that note. And of course, it's a business and everything, but I know My heart's still here, of course. Just after that run, how could you not? You know what I mean? So, just excited for this upcoming year.
Yeah, man, I was excited to see that you're coming back. I thought you were just just balling for us last year all throughout. So great to see you back. All right, next question I have for you is, we brought in a lot of new faces through the draft: Daxton Hill, Cam Taylor-Britt, Tyson Anderson, and even like a few undrafted free agents like Delonte Hood. What have you seen from them so far, and like how have you think they will do in the NFL with you?
Yeah, I think they all got the athleticism for sure. They've been showcasing their speed and ability to like go up and get the ball. We have a really athletic group, just from Daxton to CTB, or Cam and Tyson. They all fast, get out their breaks really fast. Now it's just about them understanding the defense so they can play fast all the time and not have to question where they're about to go or something, But it's still early, and they've been great. Ask a lot of questions, staying up after, trying to learn as much as they can in this short couple of weeks that we got before the little break we have.
Yeah, because we actually had a interview with Delonte Hood, and he seemed to just love you, Cheeto, and the rest of the guys so much already with how little he's known you. But yeah, they've all ran a 4.3, and even Delonte ran a 4.2740. So that speed, no question about
Delonte.
Delonte ran a 4.2740 in his pro day.
Hey, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it, man. That he can go, and he can jump probably up to 40 something vert.
Oh my
Crazy.
God.
Nah, he's a insane athlete. Same with CTV. He's probably the same way. Probably ran 4.3, 4.2. Can jump out the gym. So they're gonna be great for our team, man. Just having that young energy and athleticism all over the secondary, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, man. All right. So next question I got for you. After making Super Bowl season last year, hell of a run, broke everyone's expectations, even most Bengals fans. What's the team goals that you've given this team for next year, and even like personal goals you've given yourself?
To be better than we were last year, and to take every day to do something to improve as a team, as a player. Just continue to strive for more. And yeah, I mean, of course you want to win your division, all that stuff. That's number one for us. That's the next challenge, going in the division. And that starts with preparation now. So we're going to go from there. Of course, get that division in the playoffs, you got an opportunity to win the Super Bowl, and that's the goal always. But one step at a time, win the division, for sure.
Yeah, man, I've specifically seen how much this whole team, including you, has put in, how much work you guys have put in OTAs and training camp, even this season. So it was great seeing all that work finally paying off for you guys, and hopefully it'll happen again this season. All right. So, you played for the Giants, the Saints, and the Panthers, and with the preseason schedule coming out, that means you're going to be playing all three teams throughout the season at one point, even though one of them's a preseason. Is there anything you're going to go, like some mindset when you play those three teams?
It's the same mindset all the time, every game I play. Just being out there, having that opportunity. You got to go out there and do everything you can, because we're going to get everybody's best as a team from the success we had and last year. That we got to make sure we just put that last year and do the best we can and up our game even way more, because we're going to get everybody's best game. Just plain and simple. But it's exciting at the same time. It's exciting, especially going back to those places that you mentioned. No, of course, that's going to add an extra, you know what I mean? Extra.
Yeah. Because the Giants
already
and
in there.
Away games.
Right, exactly. And then with the Giants is a preseason game, I believe, and then the Saints.
Yep.
And the Panthers in the regular season.
Yeah, Saints week 6 at New Orleans, Carolina, I believe week 9 at Cincinnati. So
Big games. Big games. We need them. We need them all. So every game,
Yeah.
hey, tallies as well.
all right, so the last question I have for you today. You are known on all of NFL media as the biggest trash talker in the entire league. And with Quinton Spain gone, it's like as your next hand man. Who do you think would be the best trash talker on the team? Because I heard Taylor Lewan, the Titans offensive tackle, say Trey Hendrickson's an underrated guy at that.
Trey go all game. Trey talk all game. If you watch the game, you know, especially when you get a sack, he gonna thank the good Lord all the time, and then he's gonna talk after that to whoever he just beat off the line. He gonna let him know about what he did, so how he did it, and he's just gonna keep going. He's gonna keep going, see if he can get him upset. But we got trash talking. I don't know if he talk trash. Trey, he just let him know, like he'll point at the scoreboard, like he's a savage.
What he did to
we got
Alejandro Villanueva.
Yeah.
I was laughing hard at that one.
Yeah, so that's tough to say anybody else but Trey. He kind of lead that off, and follow linebackers like Pratt. He gonna talk Jermaine for sure. BJ, DJ.
I think BJ and Pratt talk more trash to each other than if anyone else.
When they get in the game, they turn different animals.
Yeah.
But they do talk trash all the time. They always together. They funny. They both. I want to say North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, NC State.
Yeah, NC State.
Yeah, but must really help with just knowing Trey Hendrickson and Von Bell and all the other guys that you were with the Saints. It felt like we brought in everyone that used to play on that Saints defense into our system. So that must have helped with like chemistry and stuff like that, right?
No doubt. Yeah, those teams we had with the Saints were great. And to me, those were Super Bowl caliber teams. We were just a play away, you know.
Yeah.
Trey, we all knew he could ball. And it was just about him being the guy. And once he got that role, you see what happens. So he gonna just keep being himself and running it up with them sacks, and then Von as well. You know, just we all gel real well together. Just being in those battles for so many times, you know what to expect.
Yeah, man. So, yes, but thanks for being on the show. Great having you. Thanks for coming, Eli.
Appreciate it, man. Definitely won't be the last time. I got a lot of time, so never, man. I got you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.